Jolan true, Centurions, and welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command, Orion Pirates. I'm Commodore Tarek of the dreadnought RAS Gavia, also known as the Seagull, apparently, as we continue our campaign against the United Federation of Planets, and we have started cutting into the weak underbelly of the Federation. Yes, we've managed to bore our way in and starting to hollow out the core just a little bit. We're starting to target a planet somewhere around 13.9, and we've been getting into some really fun fights. Last episode, we got to duel with a heavy dreadnought, and ooh, was that enjoyable. At least for me. I hope it was for you too. If not, leave an angry comment. So let's put out into space and start causing the mayhem some more. After all, our light dreadnought is, well, quite good at mayhem. It's basically an early era battlecruiser. Well, we're not really in the early era anymore. It's 2284, obviously. So let's currently serve as a diplomatic transport. I suppose taking command of a vessel like ours is quite the coup for any diplomat. You can say, yes, I commanded the Gavia, recently known for its victory at the Battle of whichever sector that was, against the USS Thresher, if I'm recalling correctly. I really enjoyed that fight. We are currently escorted today by the RIS Avis Claris. So something bird, because I'm assuming Avis is bird in Latin, because we were in the Fere Avis, which was wild bird, and so this is another kind of bird. Currently squaring off against a random dreadnought. I'm not quite sure what class. It's a DNF, so it is a plasma dreadnought equipped with 2 plasma F torpedoes. Now, fun and interesting thing about this, or at least plasma ships in general, the Federation BCF, when it goes to the X-type era refit, upgrades its plasma Fs to plasma Gs. However, the DNF, even once it gets its X-type refit, stays with plasma F torpedoes. Don't quite know why. That's just something that's been on my mind because I've been thinking about plasma lately. Maybe because we're playing as one of the most plasma-heavy races. But yeah, so it always kind of bugged me, actually, when I was thinking about trying to use it, because the G-type plasma torpedo is no stronger than the F-type plasma torpedo, but it does give you the ability to fire a plasma torpedo from basically double the range, which can be really helpful. When we commanded, I forget the name of it, back during Season 1, we had a BCFX, I believe, and we did quite well with it. Alright, let's get ready to absolutely ruin his day. We've got incoming fires. And he hit us several times, but didn't manage to get through our reinforcement. Our forward shield is not the 4 white version that it is when we reinforce it. So, despite everything that he fired our way, he didn't manage to cut through our defenses, which is good. So we'll pull away. Hopefully, he will attempt to. Wow, and there it goes. Okay, so his engine power is dropping right down, and here's the incoming plasma torpedoes. Oh boy, more power. Let's see if we can't drag this out a little bit more. Come on, more power. Oof. That's not horrible, actually. Okay, let's turn on back in. As soon as he accelerates to a speed of about 4, that will kick off the effect of his Wild Weasel. It just went offline, so now we can engage with all our plasma with no concern that he'll be able to defend against it. And for once, the odd firing arcs on our ship have actually played into our favor. The defensive phaser fire that went out to defend against those plasma torpedoes has not affected most of our forward-firing firepower. Although, to be fair, almost all of our forward-firing phasers are, all of the rear-firing phasers are recharged once more. Ooh, he managed to hit us dead in the front with a photon torpedo. Didn't manage to weaken one of our shields, but didn't take it out. In the meantime, we managed to bash through his forward shield, which is his strongest shields, and then caused a decent amount of damage to him. Picking off that missile that he managed to get out. He's lost his Phaser 3. That was us. The follow-up strike from the Avis Claris managed to take out, I believe, 2 Phaser 1s and a photon torpedo, which is a pretty big pickup. Let's slow down a bit. We're going to swap the shields a little bit. We're going to go over to a starboard side defense, play around the edges. We're not going to be able to avoid this plasma F torpedo. It's a full 180-degree arc covering the entire front half, if it's anything like the battlecruiser version, but I'm assuming that it will be like that. So it's very difficult to work with. Now, he's lost his forward shield and his forward port, which is pretty impressive, actually. The Avis Claris managed to do quite a bit of damage there. We should be able to get in there to cause a little bit of plinking damage and pull on through. Incoming plasma fire. It was real. I'm a little surprised at how fast you were able to charge that. you shouldn't be able to charge it that fast. Our plasma torpedoes fired not a turn and a half after yours. I don't think, anyway. It's possible, but I really don't think so. Set on a bit more. It looks like our R-type plasma torpedo was a little bit further behind in charging up than the other ones. We are currently putting quite a bit of power into our tractor defense, so we're going to cut that off just to get a little bit more defense going. And we're going to keep playing along this forward defense. He does have a significant amount of phaser firepower that he can put our way. Unfortunately, he is going to have a Wild Weasel ready for this next strike. So we're sending out the plasma torpedo now. We're going to slow down. Yep, definitely baited out the Wild Weasel. We knew it was going to happen. Our pseudo torpedoes were not ready to operate yet, which was to be expected, honestly. I don't want to go right over you, but that may be our best course of action. Stand by now. No, the reason I'm concerned about it is because basically our evasion patterns take us across weak shields all over the place. Now we were able to get quite a bit of stern firepower going out there. And oh wow, I did not realize the Avis Claris was a DNF of our own. Wow, that's actually pretty impressive. 2 R-type plasma torpedoes. That is not a small amount of firepower. I want to get around. Do I need to even do this? I don't think so. So we're just going to steadily bring it around. All up and select. I believe our phasers should come online in time to shoot that down. Yep, was no problem at all. And now we'll get the rest of our heavy firepower in range. He does not have any shuttle bay, so this should go right on through and break him. Yep, and that shatters his vessel. We managed to put it right on the center point where it connects most of the nacelles to his vessel, and he could not take the damage. So we can target the planet now. We'll avoid this mine, and yeah, let's increase the speed of time. Set course for the conference planet, and green alert. There are no more enemies in this system that we have to be worried about anymore. Make sure that we come along, prep our diplomat for his transfer. I don't think he got through any of our shields. I'm pretty sure the shield stayed up across the entire ship, which is really good, because it means we don't have to go home to repair. Oh no, we did take a teeny bit of damage, so he did get on through. But nothing really significant. Well, emergency stop. I got closer there than I intended to. So, we almost died. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah, we didn't take all that much damage. It'll be enough that we can just continue out into engagements against other things. We'll probably run into more dreadnoughts, which will probably send us home. That is one of the downsides of going up in ship class quite quickly. You start running into heavier and heavier vessels. The game tries to keep pace with you. 280 prestige, not bad. Didn't do anything to the tile except for maintain the security on it, and we'll put out into patrol into enemy space. Hopefully manage to do something impressive. Gorn vessels? Or did I misread that? Not sure. Increased power. We are actually going to come along and prep a Wild Weasel just in case, because I thought I saw Gorn. Continue to increase ship power. We are currently at an increased speed of time. Looks like a single freighter. Okay, nothing that I'm concerned about at all. Keep increasing the speed of the ship. We can go up to a speed of 24. Well, 24 we're charging this, but our phaser capacitors are full power, so that won't really matter. Get ready to beam on the dilithium crystals. They are in the middle of what is probably a warp core breach, and we're going to steal their crystals. Mine. Oh, it's one of their fast light cruisers. Yeah, an NLF. And we know it's a fast light cruiser because they have the ability to launch, or they have the sort of arch-shaped, whatchamacallit, saucer section. That's it. I knew we were looking for something. Fire away with our weapon systems, fire all the stern stuff, and now high energy turn. 100% accuracy with a vessel this large is wonderful. Hopefully we won't actually need to engage anything. Let's get ready to cause massive damage. Yep, that's offline. All plasma. Engage. Prepare to follow up with the phasers. Unfortunately, all the phasers have already discharged because to shoot at those fighters. Oh, multiple internals, but it's not going to be enough. Those fighters are going to come back and they're going to hurt. Keep firing. Blow up this ship quickly. If we can do it fast enough, we won't have to fight the fighters. That's the main problem. Up, the ship exploded. We heard the boom. They're going to come around and they're going to try and kill us now. If we had managed to blow up that ship in time, we wouldn't have to worry. But we didn't. Issues abound. There's what, 2 groups of 4 fighters each? 8 phaser 1s? That's a pretty nasty amount of firepower. We're going to go for it. We're going to see if we can't get the cheeky cloak in, let him fire everything that he's got, and then we'll pop out of cloak and go right after him. But we are hoping that the cloak will manage to make a difference here. Expecting all the incoming firepower, and if they haven't fired now, they're not going to fire. So coming out of cloak, going back on in, all weapons select. Hopefully we can kill him with energy weapons only. Ooh, we might have the Plasma S torpedo ready to go by the time we actually hit it. The ship's name is the Inside Strait. Our rear weapons are engaging. Please tell me you don't have any weapons. It doesn't matter anymore. He's only got a single fighter. Let's make sure we kill this thing off. I'm not sure if we got it. Oh no, we fired the plasma torpedo. No! Increase the speed of time. He's a freighter. He's no threat to us. Prepare to engage with all heavy weapons. Selecting plasma torpedoes, ready to fire. We are hilariously maneuverable. And engage with all heavy weapons. There we go. Destroyed with the Plasma R. It really is our big stick. It's not quite a mauler, but it's a decent amount of firepower to be put out. We should really start looking for a mauler. I hear the Romulan maulers are quite good. Haven't seen any, but... Or we have seen a couple, but they're really poorly armed. So plinking away, chipping at the station, although we really should be chipping at this planet because we've been chipping at that planet. Let's go to patrol. Data recoveries can be easy, sort of get out of jail free cards because we get to cloak, so we can literally just slip through enemy lines with no problem. All hands to battle stations. Oh, there it is. Enemy freighter already on path. So deep into our patrol, orders to engage enemy ships encountered. So let's pick up speed with our impressive engine power. We'll go to 24, that way we have enough power to prep a well whistle just in case. You never know what you can run out to here on the frontier, but I'm expecting at least one more ship to pop up in this mission. There it is. It's a frigate. That's not actually a frigate, it's a destroyer of some nature. It is a DW, a war destroyer, so we'll actually be quite decently well armed. Unfortunately, it is not the proper Saladin class. It is the triple nacelle, so we are really starting to get to war destroyer territory. And I will bet anything. Yep, photon torpedoes. Should have buffed that forward shield and I didn't. It's something that I forgot to do, and we do regret it. Prepare plasma torpedo bombardment and fire the pseudos. Everything that we've got, we're going to see if we can't open up a nice little can of worms in on him. Select phasers. We're going to follow that up if we can. Nope, no need to. We're going to come off to port, and we're going to hook right. Because we want to follow this up with everything we can bring into him. And I want to make sure that he doesn't get any chance to get away. So coming around, slow way down. We got to wait for his speed to come up. Oh, crap, we may have messed this up. Slow down more. 3. There it is. Okay, good hits on in. We managed to basically take out everything that he's got. Okay, so one good chunk hit into him, knocked out 3 photon torpedoes, a missile launcher, an anti-missile defense system, a phaser 1 and a phaser 3, leaving him with just 2 phaser 1s and a phaser 3. He also lost his tractor beam emitter, his transporter, and his shuttle bay. And his little buddy, this FDQ, is only equipped with 5 phaser 1s. I think we're in good shape. I think that was a decently done trick. Oh, he's just going to have a bad day now. He's doing a speed of 7. I'm betting that's all he's going to be able to maintain. We should kind of respect this FTQ a little bit. It's not a ton of firepower, but it's something. And he could eventually bore through one of our shields if we're not careful. So we're going to swirl on in. We will have our phasers ready to rock. It's only, I think it's 5 phasers that can fire forward. Yeah, because the 2 phaser 1s on the sides only fire to the rear. And we'll try and bore on into him. Luckily, the USS Hazard is blinking away at our forward reinforced shield and not dealing nearly enough damage to get through it. So closer, closer, a little bit closer. I want to get as much damage as I can on you. There we go, knocked out another shield. We'll turn on through so we can get him with our stern-firing phasers. He doesn't have any missiles that he can launch our way, but we can chunk down basically all of his shields. The USS Explorer. Interesting that the freighter is named the Hazard and the destroyer is named the Explorer. It really kind of shows you where Starfleet's head's at. I think this Plasma F should be able to fire before anything else, although that S is yeah, it's 180 degrees. So, engage with everything you've got. We'll steadily bring the Plasma along for the ride. I don't anticipate him surviving all of this. Oh wow, he was really low. All weapons, engage. Start knocking down the Hazard. He's our primary target. He's our only target at this point. Keep lashing out with everything you have. A plasma torpedo out the stern. Will you wild weasel it? No, you won't. It's not big enough for you to care. Or you may not have shuttles, but somehow I highly doubt that. So we'll just continue to curl on in, go after him. He's doing a speed of 17. We can definitely match that. We can match that and beat that. We're capable of doing a speed of 25 while charging all weapons. So no concerns there. I'm going to bet his arcs on those phasers are quite large. Just willing to assume that. Firing away, so now we can turn on in, all weapons select, get ready to hit him with all the phasers. You're not getting away. I mean, you're going to have to beat a pretty significant speed advantage if you really want to try and get away from us. So we'll curl on in, we'll engage at a range of 5, because it's a good range. Not managing to punch through his shields yet. We are going to keep on soaring through. We'll get the stern weapons involved in this one. That way we can get a little bit more damage going out here. His phasers are still chipping away at our forward, or not forward, but forward half shields, I suppose. And let him keep blinking away. I'm more than encourage it. Now we'll slow down a bit, get some reinforcement going in all 6 axes. That way his phasers become even less useful. Our plasma torpedoes should be ready. What was that? Plasma torpedoes should be ready by the next time we make a pass. Alright, we're able to get some nice stern firing weapons going out there. We've got an S-type plasma torpedo ready to go and an F-type plasma torpedo ready to go. The R is not far behind, and the second F will be about a quarter of a turn behind. So coming around, and we'll fire that S immediately. We want to bait the wild weasel, which I'm assuming he has to have. I mean, there's no way he doesn't have one. Yep, there it is. He's dumped his wild weasel. We'll start to slow down as we come in on this final approach. I do not anticipate his survival after this run. Simply put, an R-type plasma torpedo and 2 Fs, that's 90 damage, not even including the phasers, which we won't include. Let's see what this does. Yep, that's the target destroyed. Both vessels. The Federation didn't stand a chance. So what sort of money are you going to give me for that one? Pay me well. 192 is not exactly well, but I suppose it's more than enough for sort of the work that we did. Hi, planet. We're not doing a planetary assault. 1, we're low on time, and 2, planetary assaults are dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Battle alert. No targets on scope. Immediately come over here. We will prep you. We're going to come here, cycle the battery just in case. And let's get the shield reinforcement going, because we did lose a pretty considerable amount of shield to that destroyer. He hit us with like 2 of his 3 photon torpedoes, I think. They were on proximity mode, sure, but you know, it was enough to make me concerned. Increase the speed all the way up to our 24 mark so that we can basically do everything we want. And there's our target. She's another dreadnought. And she is another DNF, so it is a good thing that we were prepping this wild weasel. We'll probably prep another one. So I'm going to slow down a little bit just so we have a little bit more time. Probably not going to use it, honestly. But it never hurts to be prepared. Continue to slow. And we want to cloak before he hits a distance of 30, because that seems to be the standard Federation engagement range. Or there. We managed to hit our forward shield, but it was on the reinforcement, so we were good. But he has now fired all his weapon systems. So let's pick up the speed and get charging in there. Our plasma torpedoes are ready to go. We're going to do the same thing we did last time. Fire the pseudos in one big barrage, turn back around, and hit him with everything we've got from behind. So pseudos go out now. And increase the speed. We want full power. I also want shield reinforcement going on the starboard side, because that's the side we're curling on. And he's fired his plasma torpedoes, so there is that. I'd like to get some distance going, but I'm going to accept the hit. Okay, he did manage to hit us fairly decently with that, but not horrifically badly. Switch the reinforcement back to the forward shield. We're coming on in. Wait for him to get his speed up past 4, and we'll be able to hit him with everything we've got. He's up to 3, a little bit more. That's it. Everything open fire. So we still have 1 plasma torpedo in reserve. Chunked right through his shield. Anything stern you've got? I don't think so, because we fired up most of that on the plasma torpedo. Yeah, all of our phasers are still in recharge mode. We're going to come around to the port side now and engage him from there. Let's set the shield reinforcement up. Port side shields. Please and thank you. Reinforcements active. We didn't manage to do as much damage as we did last time, where basically we beat his face in and knocked out one of those phaser 3s. We'll fire another plasma right at his front. Photon torpedoes fired from range. They didn't manage to do as much damage as they could have, which is kind of lucky. We weren't quite paying attention to how fast he was charging those. Well, he might be firing half loads, and that would really suck for us. We do have a significant speed advantage, so let's start using it. He's a DNF. That makes him a proper Dreadnought class, but it doesn't make him a heavy Dreadnought, and it doesn't make him a light Dreadnought. Although, if we keep up in this pattern, he's going to have us for lunch. Let's build in some distance here. Yeah, we can't maintain that kind of turn pattern with him. His phaser armament is just so much better than ours. Was that a scatter pack? Must have been. But that does mean he's vulnerable to a plasma strike. Not that we have any plasma we can use. Let's get some ECM going here. I want a little bit of ECM protection going down, because he is going to have plasma very shortly. He'll have it about... Yep, right there. But he fired it from extreme range. That's not going to get in range and be able to do anything towards us. Let's get the reinforcement going stern, because we are basically taking a lot of damage on the stern right now. Yeah, the plasma isn't going to reach us. The missiles have no chance at all of catching us. So, actually thinking about curling around towards the missiles. Incoming photon torpedoes managed to miss with those. And let's get an S-type plasma torpedo going his way. There we go. We're in arc. Shall we follow that up with an F? I believe we might. Wait to see what he does with this one. Add that in. Okay, all of our plasma basically going out. Oh, nice big chunking damage there. Scoring some hits as we soar by. Our shields are still holding. That's a pretty big important thing. We managed to get those hits in without taking any real damage in return. Our starboard rear shield is damaged a little bit, but it's not bad. And meantime, we've managed to probably burn through most of his armor. I'm pretty sure we took a big chunk out of one of his warp coils. And his systems are still mostly intact. He still is very dangerous. His phasers are in great condition. He's only lost one important phaser. And his phaser 3s, he's not really using them because we're not really getting in that range. However, his engine power, not having it, is going to hurt him. So as long as we can keep an advantage in that one, switch the reinforcement to forward. And those missiles are... They can't catch us, but they can be a little bit annoying. We will be able to fire a plasma torpedo to sort of chunk down his shields a little bit more. Fire from range and turn off. We are exposing our port side a little bit, but I'm not too broken up over that. Managed to chunk a decent amount of damage through. Haven't managed to bust open his stern, but as long as we can keep control of this engagement here, we'll be able to just continually plink away at his stern shields until he's dead, which is my plan. Federation vessels have a bit of a problem with keeping up with an enemy who can keep on their stern. Now, he does have a significant Phaser 1 armament, which we can't afford to ignore. But we're about to come in range with another big chunking plasma hit. So, let's see what he does with this one. Yeah, we're in range to fire this torpedo as soon as we're ready. And I'm not sure what the follow-up to that's going to be, but I want to see what he does with this. We are going to pull basically right on top of him before we fire the R. That's a good hit. Everything else you got. If you're going to Wild Weasel, you're going to do it now. He didn't. Ooh, that's big. We got 70 damage on through. Knocked out one of his Plasma F torpedoes. That's pretty good. And we've dented another one of his Phaser 1s. His shuttle bay is offline now. That's important for us. The fact that he's lost his shuttle bay makes him very vulnerable at this point. I'm really surprised he didn't deploy a Wild Weasel prior to this. Maybe he's prepping more scatter packs? If so, that's a huge mistake when fighting Romulans. Curling back in on the port side, our port side shields are in relatively decent shape. We're actually going to take a moment to amp them up a little bit more. This set of missiles keeps getting a little bit closer and a little bit closer, but they're not going to do much. Our plasma torpedo F should be ready to rock by the time we curl on in close enough. Let's see if we can't avoid this mine. We may not have much of a choice. And I also don't want to go towards this, so that's actually really good tactics. I approve. I don't want to take it on this shield. I don't want to take it on this shield. Curl it, curl it. Good. Okay, so it ran out of energy before it got there. It has taken the teeth out of any plasma punch that we sent his way, or phaser punch that we sent his way, but that was a really nice avoidance maneuver right there. I don't think you're going to be able to get your photon torpedoes on target. And let's engage with the plasma torpedo. He is closing range with us, so that should still hit with full firepower. And we're on a fairly decent engagement side here. I'm not actually broken up about this at all. Okay, so he's down to double reds on the port side. Long-range blinking fire. We'll fire the S-type plasma torpedo and then build in some range again. Build in the range. Slow down a bit. I don't want to get too close to him like this. Oh, that should knock out his stern shield. It does. Okay, let's follow up with everything else we got. R-type plasma torpedo, we're ready to fire now. Our starboard side plasma F is almost ready to go. Oh, right into the stern. That took out most of his systems. Will you survive this hit? Yes, you did, but there's not much left in it for you. He's down to a single set of 2 phasers in the nose. I'm not even sure he'll survive our raking pass. Oh, he did, but there's not much left to him. Any weapons at all? Nope, all the weapons fire forward. Looks like those 2 missiles that came at us ran out of energy. So we managed to take him down. And he didn't even manage to get through our shields. There we go. Phaser fire finishes the job, cuts him in pieces. An excellent showing. I'm really liking this light dreadnought. The fact that we have so much engine power gives us a lot of options. We have a lot of defense, we've got a lot of maneuverability, we've got a lot of speed. We can really sort of control the fight this way. So 294 prestige is a very nice amount. Still haven't taken the planet. We're at 3,809, and I think we're going to stay out here a little bit longer. There's no reason to go home. We just haven't taken any real damage. But that is going to wrap up the episode for today. Managed to really start boring it a little bit more. We should really start to put the focus on 13-9. If we can take that planet, it's a perfect jumping off base for the rest of the Federation, and we are, well, 3 tiles away from home base right now, so that would really help things out. Anyway, I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I post one of these videos, press that little bell icon, leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode.